Hi everyone, welcome. This is Shruti. So today I want to talk to you about what is going on with the whole PayPal maybe buying Pinterest and what that means for us as Pinterest marketers. So the number one thing that I see happening is that Pinterest is going to make leaps even more towards social commerce than it has been in the last few years. Now when we talk about social commerce, that essentially means when we combine elements of social media with e-commerce and we offer them on a single platform. So if you've been observing what's been going on in the digital marketing industry, you will see that Facebook and Instagram have been working to create, for example, shops as well as in-app options to be able to buy products when you are scrolling through Instagram. Now that tells us that there is going to be a huge trend towards social e-commerce, and with PayPal consolidating their portfolio of companies and having possibly Pinterest as one of them just gives us a further confirmation that Pinterest is going to be moving more and more towards e-commerce in the future. Now this means that if you sell products or you plan to sell products in the future, this is great news for you, because not only will you have tons of features in order to be able to sell your products on Pinterest, you can continue to be assured that it is going to be a platform that's going to promote and actively pursue features for e-commerce entrepreneurs. Now, this is great news if you're someone in the e-commerce industry, specifically in the lifestyle industry, which tends to overlap really well with Pinterest as well. But I've had students in my program, for example, go through different e-commerce backgrounds and have success with Pinterest. So if you're an e-commerce entrepreneur and you haven't yet started leveraging Pinterest, now is the time. The second change that I see happening is that PayPal wanting to enter more into the advertising space, which means that Pinterest might be making changes into its advertising platform as it has been for the last few years. Now, even though Pinterest ad platform is quite new compared to the older Facebook ad platform, there are tons of changes that they have been making to optimize and make sure that people who are marketing via Pinterest are having the best return on investment. Now, this means that advertising, if and when it gets more competitive on Pinterest, and as more and more people flock to Pinterest to advertise, it might increase the cost of advertising as a marketer or a business owner. This also means that if you haven't started leveraging and you've been thinking of testing out ads on the Pinterest platform, now is your time to get started. Now, whether or not these changes actually come to the Pinterest platform depends on how much involved the PayPal's team is when it comes to creating the future strategy for Pinterest, but it can be assured that PayPal would want to go into the advertising revenue to make back the money that they invest in Pinterest, which means that they might be looking to either tweak or optimize the advertising platform, which in future is going to be the number one revenue driver for Pinterest and hence for PayPal as well. Now, one of the things we've all observed is that ever since Pinterest went public in 2019, they have been under pressure to create revenue and create more engagement within the app, which then shows on to all the features that they're actively promoting, including the latest idea pins and so on. This means that some of that pressure may be taken off once Pinterest is acquired, because then they don't have to work actively on increasing in-app engagement and they can focus on what they do best, which is being a search engine that provides the best information and inspiration in one place, while also allowing users to shop on the platform if they so choose. If this happens, it's going to be a great win for content creators who have been struggling with adapting to the new features and understanding what that means for them in the long run, because if they can just focus on creating the content like they've always been and promote that via Pinterest, then they can be assured that they will get traffic and sales from it. Another possibility that may happen is the possibility of new features that have never been created or tested on Pinterest. We all know that Pinterest loves to test new features in beta, which are often not even available to users outside the US. So this may be an opportunity for new features that come up on the side of Pinterest, but it remains to be seen exactly what those features are going to be about and how we can leverage them as Pinterest marketers. It's safe to say that if you're a product-based business that is leveraging Pinterest, you are going to be able to see a much better ROI and also just a better user functionality if Pinterest continues to go down this line where they maybe get acquired by PayPal and they focus on generating revenue via social commerce. Also, if you're someone who has been looking to advertise on Pinterest but hasn't yet started, now is the time to do so before there are tons of new changes that are added to the platform and before it gets more competitive to run ads on Pinterest. So that's pretty much it from my side. Let me know what you think about this news in the comments. As always, thank you for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.